What's up, y'all? Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Listen, thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. If you're good, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so that way you can stay up to date with all of my future Teachable Tuesdays content. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started today with our discussion that I would like to call the Russell Wilson syndrome. Okay, maybe I can come up with a better title, but whatever. We're just going to roll with that for today, right? So let's talk about Russell Wilson for a second. Russell Wilson, really outstanding guy. Really outstanding guy. I have to be honest, I have a little tiny bit of hate for him, only because he's the quarterback for the Seahawks. I'm a 49ers fan. We're rivals, so, you know, just a little bit. But overall, all jokes aside, really amazing guy, amazing man of God. Does a lot of great things for his community. He's done a lot of great things with the Seahawks. You know, people may argue that he hasn't been as great as he normally is lately, but, you know, it happens. You know, you have ups and downs when it comes to, you know, playing in sports, right? He is married to none other, the lady herself, Miss Ciara, who is an awesome singer, awesome entertainer. It's been around since 2004. I remember when she first came out in, I was in high school, I think. No, I was actually in middle school, getting ready to go to high school. And, you know, was just killing it. You know what I'm saying? She was like on the top of the charts, or pretty close to the top of the charts for years, especially that like 2004 to like 2007, 2008 range, right? So a lot of people, and to this day, still clown Russell Wilson for the simple fact that he married Ciara. And people might be thinking, well, what's wrong with that? Well, a lot of people had an issue with that because Ciara was dating rapper named Future, right? And, you know, apparently Future has a lot of kids, a lot of baby mamas, all that good stuff. And Ciara had a child with Future, and the child's name is Future. And basically, you know, that wasn't really a good relationship for her. So, you know, eventually she broke it off and decided, you know what, I'm going to work on myself and improve myself until I find the man that I'm supposed to be with, right? So here comes Russell Wilson, which apparently Russell Wilson has always had a thing for Ciara. And he approached her and, you know, they dated and got married, and now they got 2 other kids in addition to Future, which Russell Wilson treats Future just like his own son, which I commend as someone coming from a blended family. Now, I've made my, you know, statements about not wanting to, me personally, marry a woman with kids because I want to start fresh. But I respect anyone who's willing to take on that responsibility the right way, you know, especially as long as they know, you know, what they're getting themselves into, a man or a woman, you know? So I found it interesting. Like I said, a lot of people would clown Russell Wilson because, oh, he married, you know, someone that already had a kid, and that kid ain't his, and this and that, and you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will try to say that Ciara settled, and that wasn't her first choice, or, you know, Russell's a beta male, and this and that. And I'm just gonna kill all the noise right now and just give my 2 cents. I've been wanting to do this for actually quite some time because I'm still noticing that it's happening a lot, and I think it's pretty disgusting, okay? Let me address some points before I, you know, talk about why the Russell Wilson syndrome is very interesting. First of all, you are not a simp for marrying a man that has kids or a woman that has kids, or a kid, you know what I'm saying, if they only have one, singular, right? But you do have to be aware of what you're getting yourself into. It is a responsibility, but just because you do it doesn't mean you're a simp. Now, again, I don't want to do it, and I wouldn't recommend people who are single necessarily do it if they want to start fresh with somebody. You're better off meeting a man or a woman that doesn't have any children. But if you meet somebody and you just so happen to, you know, fall in love with them, and you know what's going to come along with the whole package deal of it, then why not, right? And what a lot of people don't realize is people will get on Russell for marrying Ciara when she already had a child. But what you don't understand is Ciara was working on herself. She was working on improving herself. She was praying to God that not only for her improvement, but Lord, send me the man that I'm supposed to be with, you know, while working on herself. Y'all notice I keep mentioning that, working on herself, right? because you can pray all you want, but faith without works is dead. So, just saying. But, you know, I said, once again, a lot of people would clown him for it. But what a lot of people don't realize is that man got a solid woman. You know what I'm saying? That man got a woman that prays for him, prays with him. And do you hear anything in the media about her stepping out doing this and they're having issues in the relationship? No, not at all. And the reason being is because, one, they keep a certain level of their relationship private, which is very important. But number two, they don't roll like that. They are a man and woman of God who, you know, strictly are on the principles of Christ. Now, you know, I know there was a whole picture of Ciara one day, and apparently there was an uproar on social media about that and this and that. I mean, and okay, I get that. But overall, you got to understand that Russell is a man that could pretty much have any woman. So you may be thinking to yourself, why would he settle with a woman that has a child? And I'm going to be honest, I think the issue in society is men and women that have children get a bad rep. They get a really, really bad rep. Just because you are a man or a woman with a child or children, or they are a man or woman with a child or children, doesn't necessarily mean that they're a horrible person. It doesn't even necessarily mean that they always made bad decisions. I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and I had to bring up the point of, do you not realize that sometimes a woman or a man could have children, and what if they were married and that person died? Or what if that person cheated and they divorced them because of cheating? It happens. You know what I'm saying? Not every man or woman has a child or children because of lack of responsibility on their part. Although that does happen often. I can agree with that. But that's not always the case. And so for a man such as himself, he looked past that and he understood, okay, you know, maybe this woman, maybe Ciara didn't necessarily make the best decision with the right person at that time. But he saw past that, you know what I'm saying? And was like, you know what? She's improving. Again, I keep using that keyword, improving herself. And I'm looking past that because I see the type of woman she is. And that's exactly what happened. And for all these fellas that are like hating on Russell and like, man, you should let her alone. You wish you could have Ciara or someone like Ciara. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's not fake the funk. I ain't gonna front. Ciara is absolutely beautiful, but I'm gonna put some respect on it since she married. But you know, she is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why, and I'm gonna wrap this video up in a little bit, but the reason why I brought this up is because I want to remind people, and this is why I use the Russell Wilson syndrome. I say that to say that the type of man Russell is, he's constantly working on himself, he's constantly improving, and he's in his lane. And when you are in your lane, you will start to attract who you desire. You will be able to look past circumstances, right? Now, I'm not talking about men or women who, you know, you wanted to date, they spin the block, and they come back and they got like about 2 or 3 kids by other different men and women. No, I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about the ability to understand that every single one of us has a past. Even those of us who don't have children. Myself, I don't have kids, but I do have a past. Everybody does. What do you do to look beyond that, to have an open mind, so that way you can attract the woman or man that you want? So God can place that man or woman that you desire in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important. That's important to understand. And that's exactly what this man did. Because if he would have looked at it like society looks at it and be like, oh, she got a kid, I don't want that, he wouldn't have had such a huge blessing like he has. Now, I know that sounds a little contradictory because I just made the statement about not wanting to marry a woman that has kids. But again, you know, it's preferences and all that good stuff. And for me personally, and I'm not saying that they're not out there. They're definitely out there, of course. But I personally have yet to meet a woman with kids that I was like highly attracted to, that was, you know, on the up and up and improving herself. Not knocking anybody. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't considered giving that a shot yet. You know what I'm saying? But overall, you know, I think one thing we can learn from Russ and Ciara, I'll use both of them, is that, you know, Just because certain circumstances fall into play doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are not the right fit for each other. And all these men that are talking about, oh, Russ is a beta because she had Future first. Let me tell you something. Yes, I firmly believe that Ciara was in love with Future when they were dating. Some people may consider her Future her alpha male. You know what I'm saying? This woman is absolutely head over heels for Russ. A lot of people automatically assume that just because you get imprinted by a man or a woman, that there's nobody else out there that can do better. Newsflash, yes, there is. And I've experienced that. I can tell you that firsthand, okay? I had a woman who had a huge impact on my life when we dated years ago. Met somebody else years later and just knocked me off my feet. And I'm not saying that to compare other people, but I'm saying that to let you know that just because one person left an impact, that doesn't mean somebody else can't leave an even greater impact, okay? And that's exactly what happened with Ciara. Russ is making an impact and still continues to make an impact on this woman. You can see it on social media. Now, granted, social media doesn't tell the whole story, but they are in love with each other. And she adores her husband. And let me tell you something. Every man wants that in a potential woman that he would like to marry. We want loyalty, we want honesty, we want respect, and we want you to just, adore us the same way we adore y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's important. So, I'm going to leave it off here today. And I'm going to just say this to all the cats that are probably still going to say, man, it don't matter, Russ still a simp. Look, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you probably single, and he's not. And not only is he not single, but he's happy. And even if you're not single, if that just ain't your stilo, that just ain't your stilo. Again, I mentioned that I don't want to be with a woman that has kids, but I'm not going to ever knock somebody that does. Especially considering the fact that I come from a blended family. I got a stepmother and a stepfather. Now, were things perfect? No. But I love them to death. And I appreciate my blended family. So if that's what you roll with, and you know that you're willing to take on that responsibility, and you know what's up, hey, do you. But for all my people out there that's not necessarily for them, don't knock the next person that does it. That's just me. But anyways, this is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays, here to motivate you, encourage you, inspire you to be a better you. I appreciate you guys joining me today. Even though it's clearly not a Tuesday, I'm going to be dropping a lot of content this week, so just make sure you stay tuned. And if you have anything that you would like to add based on the conversation, please leave a comment below. Share it on social media. Share it with your friends, your family. And I really appreciate the love. Hey, if you guys want to share this video and, show it to Russell Wilson as well, hey, big ups to you, Russ. You're doing it big. You definitely are inspiration. Your marriage is an inspiration, honestly, for the way that you love your kids and you love your wife. Big ups to Ciara as well. And I'm out. Peace.